Hi everybody, I'm Carolyn Mano and welcome to another episode of Good Dog TV. We're glad you're here with us today. You know, one of our favorite organizations on this show is America's VetDogs. They serve the needs of disabled veterans from all eras who have honorably served our country. And through a transformative prison puppy program, incarcerated individuals now work hand in paw with future service dogs, helping to raise and train them for veterans who are in need. This is a really unique partnership, and not only does it provide essential training for the puppies, it also gives inmates an opportunity for rehabilitation and for purpose, as they play a vital role in preparing dogs that will one day offer life-changing support to America's heroes.
We're currently at Osborne Correctional Institution here in Somers, Connecticut, a medium security facility for men. What we have going on here is a prison puppy program. We do service and guide dog work. For America's VetDogs, we have inmates here that are responsible for the care and maintenance of a puppy and also the fundamental training to get them started. We kind of act as what we call a support mechanism to our professional trainers. So for about a year or so, when the puppies come in, the inmates get a chance to practice teaching a lot of basic skills to hopefully make that transition into training a little smoother and ultimately get the dog into the hands of a veteran quicker. We didn't get into it necessarily on the prison reform side, but seeing what it did for the inmates and for the corrections programs was also a huge added benefit.
Obviously, I'm incarcerated, so I just wanted to contribute to society. I wanted to find a way that I can better myself and give back.
Unfortunately, you know, I'm in prison. I did something bad, and now I get to help other people. And I'm really happy that I can help.
Girl, leave it. Girl.
The inmates do have the dog with them 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. The dogs do leave on the weekends. It wouldn't be possible to successfully socialize a service dog in a prison setting. There are simply things we don't have in a prison setting. Headlights of cars, little kids running around, the ability to see an elevator or escalator. So it's critical that the puppies get out and see those things to become properly socialized. So they do go out on the weekends with what's called weekend puppy raisers. Those are volunteers we're always looking for. But during the week, the puppy is with the inmate team full time. It's a team because it's unlike any other role that the inmates have ever had in a prison setting. For the dog, you can't put it away at the end of the day. It's round the clock. So we have 2 inmates assigned to each dog so that they share the responsibility. They'll have 2 training sessions a day where they come down to our training room and they're practicing specific tasks and skills. There's kind of 3 core basics there. We've got retrieves. That's picking it up a certain way, holding it in a very specific way without damaging my $600 cell phone or a vial of diabetes medication. How does he hold it in his teeth, and how can he deliver that to a person who perhaps doesn't have the manual dexterity I have? Having you guys practice, it's helping them generalize that skill. And I probably also mentioned dogs don't generalize very well. So the fact that Mr. Miller, Mr. Young, anybody can teach a dog a particular task is great, but it is just a circus trick until we can get that dog to do that for a lot of different people and ultimately for a veteran. There's tugging open a door, tugging open drawers. That might make it easier for a person with a physical disability to be able to function and work throughout the day. And then there's pushing drawers, pushing doors. Those tend to be kind of the highlighted 3 features for dogs working for an individual with a physical disability. Beyond that, a huge part of our dogs go to individuals with non-visible disabilities. And those would be PTSD, traumatic brain injuries. There, the dog is obviously a really well-tuned companion. So lots of tasks, roughly 45 different tasks that we do, but all just the basic foundations to help our training department put all the polish on that and match it with a client. Here in the Connecticut prisons, since 2015, we've placed in the upper 80s, so nearly 90 dogs are in the hands of veterans from the prison today. And that's from when we started, which was just 1 prison with a handful of dogs. Now our program has about 15 prisons in 6 states on the East Coast, from Florida to Maine.
This gives me a sense of responsibility, another living being that I'm responsible for. I'm glad that I'm doing it. I think it's one of the best choices that I made in my life. I love him like he's mine, so it's going to be heartbreaking to see him go.
When the dog goes out to weekend family, and then the dog comes back, that dog, his butt is just, the whole butt is wagging. So wants to see, oh, I miss you so much. Oh, I miss you so much. It makes it all worthwhile. It's just so nice.
They know full well that they're going to be judged by every person they ever meet from here on out by whatever it was they did in the past, whatever got them in here. The dog, however, doesn't care. So it's a relationship they have with something living on Earth that they likely won't have with anything else living on Earth ever again. So a really unique relationship. And the effort that they'll put in to continue to work with it and to be able to benefit somebody on the outside, to me, is quite admirable.
The ultimate end goal is for a veteran to have a better life. Simple as that. And we've had several veterans come and speak, and every single one of them has a tear in his eye. And he thanks us so much for what we've done to help them out and how these dogs have always helped them out.
They're in prison, so there's not very many opportunities like this where they get to have a living creature with them in their cell, 5 days out of the week, 24 hours a day. So I think giving them that trust kind of builds them up, and, it's a positive change. I've seen a lot of positivity in it. They put a lot of work in. They do put a lot of work in, so it definitely gives them a sense of purpose rather than just sitting in a block, just wasting their time away.
We're actually teaching them something that's outside of their nature, their instinct, and that requires time, so it taught me patience. So with that, I feel a lot of other things come into play.
They are certainly learning some skills that we hope perhaps could be helpful in employment as well. We have partnered this program here in Connecticut up with our Department of Labor, and the Department of Labor can then help them in job placement, because they can go to light manufacturing shops or other places, maybe not even dog related, that are looking for workers and say, look, this person's got a work history they developed while in prison. And that's one of the big problems for the inmates when they get released, is getting employment with the felony convictions difficult. So I think we're giving them the opportunity to give back to their community, and maybe an opportunity to not be involved in the recidivism that's involved in prison so much. So hopefully it's helping a lot for us.
A big thank you to America's VetDogs and also the Osborne Correctional Facility for letting us in and allowing us to share their story. America's VetDogs has teamed up with correctional institutions all along the Eastern Seaboard, giving inmates a meaningful purpose through this very special program that ultimately helps the lives of veterans. Coming up